Hello everyone, I am Dr. Singh. This fourth session is part of a series designed to help you understand how and why insomnia happens, why it often doesn't go away on its own, and most importantly, how your own habits, behavior, and environment and conditioning may be keeping it going. Insomnia is not just about bad sleep. For many people, it becomes a learned condition where the brain mistakenly associates the bed and bedroom with wakefulness, frustration, or anxiety. Research shows that insomnia often continues because of a set of repeating patterns. Once we understand this process, we can begin to reverse it. Have you ever felt completely exhausted, yet as soon as your head hits the pillow, your mind starts racing? This frustrating, tired but wired sensation is often caused by a state called hyperarousal. Think of it as your body's internal fight or flight system getting stuck in the on position. Even though you consciously want to rest, your nervous system remains on high alert, scanning for stress or stimulation. Hyperarousal creates a physiological barrier to sleep, making it feel like your brain simply refuses to switch off. By understanding that this is a biological response rather than a personal failing, we can better approach sleep challenges with the right tools to calm the mind and body. In today's session, we will explore how this concept influences your rest and, more importantly, how you can begin to dial down that internal intensity to finally achieve the deep, restorative sleep you need. Hyperarousal means that your brain and body remain in a state of high alert exactly when they should be winding down for the night. Instead of your nervous system shifting into a calm, restful gear, it stays stuck in an active mode, scanning for stress or stimulation. This physiological revving means makes it incredibly difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep throughout the night even when you are physically drained. By understanding that hyperarousal is a biologic response where your internal engine is running too fast to park, we can begin to look at effective ways to signal to our bodies that it is truly safe to rest. Today, we will discuss how to identify these signs and the steps you can take to dial down that alertness for better, more restorative sleep. Understanding hyperarousal is key to managing stress and improving sleep, as it essentially means your internal systems are stuck in high gear when they should be resting. It manifests in three distinct ways: brain arousal, where your neurological pathways remain overactive and alert; mental arousal, characterized by a racing mind that can't stop planning, worrying, or ruminating; and body arousal, which shows up as physical tension, restlessness, or that uncomfortable feeling of being constantly on edge. These three factors create a state of physiological and psychological readiness that makes it difficult to relax. By recognizing whether your arousal is primarily in your thoughts, your physical sensations, or a general lack of brain quiet, you can better identify the tools needed to dial back the intensity and regain a sense of calm. Integrating relaxation techniques that target both the mind and the body is often the most effective way to signal to your system that it is finally safe to power down. When we learn, three important things happen. Our brain helps us see and hear things better, means increased sensory processing. Our brain thinks and learns quickly and well. that is increased information processing. Our brain remembers what we learned for a long time, that is enhanced long-term memory. Learning makes our brains stronger. When hyperarousal is present, the brain processes information more intensely. Sounds, thoughts, and sensations feel stronger and harder to ignore. The brain may also store memories more actively, which can keep thoughts looping at night. When we talk about hyperarousal, we are describing a state where your body's internal alarm system stays stuck in the on position, leading to a significantly heightened awareness of everything around you. In this state, your brain begins to process the world with extreme sensitivity. What might normally be a background noise, a slight flicker of light, or a minor physical sensation suddenly feels amplified and intense. This constant influx of sensory information makes it incredibly difficult for the nervous system to settle down, often turning simple relaxation or a good night's sleep into a major challenge. It is important to recognize that if you feel jumpy or overly alert, your body is simply trying to protect you, even if that response feels overwhelming in a calm environment. Understanding this biological volume knob is the first step toward finding ways to dial it back down and regain a sense of peace. When your brain and body remain in a state of high alert, your natural sleep cycle is directly impacted, even often causing rest to become lighter, frequently interrupted, or significantly delayed. This persistent state of hyperarousal means that even when you do manage to drift off, the quality of that sleep is compromised, leaving you feeling exhausted rather than restored upon waking. This creates a challenging cycle where the lack of refreshing rest leads to mounting frustration and anxiety regarding your ability to sleep, which in turn keeps your system alert and further prevents deep recovery. Understanding this connection is the first step in addressing the physical and emotional toll of sleep disruption, as it shifts the focus from simply trying harder to sleep to actively calming the body's internal alarm system to allow for the natural restorative rest your body requires to function at its best. Because the brain and body stay alert, sleep becomes lighter, more disrupted, or delayed. This diagram shows how our thoughts and sleep habits work together in a circle. Here is a breakdown of the four main parts in simple terms. Hyperarousal, brain on high alert. Your mind feels too busy. You might feel worried, sad, or like your thoughts are racing so fast you can't slow them down. Dysfunctional cognitions means tricky thoughts. You start having wrong thoughts about sleep. You might worry too much about not sleeping, which actually makes it harder to fall asleep. Maladaptive habits or unhelpful habits. To try and fix the problem, you might stay in bed too long or take long naps during the day. While this feels like a good idea, it actually upsets your body's natural clock. Consequences? The results are that because of the bad sleep, you might feel upset, lonely, or have trouble getting along with friends. This makes you stressed, and the whole circle starts all over again. To break this cycle, it helps to relax your mind and keep a steady sleep schedule every day. Overcoming insomnia isn't about trying harder to sleep. Forced effort often makes the problem worse. Instead, the focus must shift to learning how to actively calm the nervous system. By using techniques to lower this internal intensity, we signal to the body that it is safe to rest. Understanding hyperarousal changes the goal. We are not chasing sleep, we are reducing the biological noise that keeps us awake. We will look at how to dial back that engine for a better night's rest in the CBTI sessions. CBTI is Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Insomnia. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. I would welcome your comments and suggestions.